Hi guys, good evening. Welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video I'll be doing my episode review for the most recent episode of Zoo, which premiered earlier tonight on CBS. And please be warned before I start talking too much that I will be revealing big spoilers regarding tonight's episode, and it was a big one too. So if you're not caught up, if you're behind by one episode or a few episodes, don't keep watching or listening as I will be revealing everything, so you have been warned. That being said, great episode. Very good. It was engaging, it was exciting, very intense, and the funniest thing was is that they didn't need any graphic animal attacks to make it fun or exciting. You know, it was fun and exciting the way it is. I mean, Davies and his men finally stormed the plane after they briefly landed because that traitor Logan rats him out. But as unfortunate as that was, they were able to get the plane back, defeat Davies, and killed him temporarily with the snake venom. But and then they brought him back to life. And although it was kind of silly and a bit amusing, it was also clever, I thought, how they couldn't use the defibrillator, so why not use the electrical power surging ants? I mean, why not? You know, they're there and they give off powerful electrical surges, much like a defibrillator, so sure, why not? I mean, as silly as it seemed and as it looked, it got the job done, so it was still quite entertaining. And you know what? I was glad that this episode was like our characters weren't going to take any shit anymore. Jamie did away with Logan, so good riddance to that asshole. And he may have wanted to give her a chance out a couple of times, but he sold him out to Davies. He was working for Davies the whole time. He was our traitor. And Jamie, like the viewer said, had enough of this shit, and she injects him with the tranquilizer so his body goes numb, and she pushes him off the airplane so he can't even pull his little parachute cord, because like he intended to do, would jumped out of the plane with his parachute, but of course he just fell to his death. So bye Logan, good riddance. And we saw Abraham also wasn't taking any shit. He really laid into Davies for a while, and I liked seeing Davies suffer. He's been an asshole and a bad guy this entire season, and he's been a real prick to our main characters, and I was glad to see him get a couple, receive a couple of hits from a big guy like Abe. So I was, I didn't feel too bad for him, and at first I thought, oh wow, they really killed him. But then when they started showing us the ants, I'm like, oh, okay, so they're gonna bring him back to life this way, and they kind of had to, because unless they wanted the world against them for killing a 4-star decorated U.S. Army general, they kind of had to bring him back. And then to top it all off, Jackson is like, what's happening with my mom? Why'd you tell me my mom's caravan was attacked or never showed up in Mozambique? And remember, I talked about it a few episodes ago. Are we ever going to find out what happened to Jackson's mother during the time between season 1 and season 2, during that 3-month period? Like, what was happening in Africa, or what happened to her? And sure enough, we found out what happened to her. Her caravan came under attack by animals while they were traveling to another safe zone. And I liked how Jackson took control of the situation again. It was like a I'm done, it's like take no shit attitude, where he basically told Shaw, you want us to hand over Davies, you're gonna send a rescue team to find out what happened to my mom. It's not a request, it's a demand. He's like, yeah, it's like, take charge, man. Like, enough with taking everybody else's shit. Take charge and demand the answers that you deserve. So I understood that. It was also, I loved how Mitch is like a badass in his own way. Granted, he's no super soldier, but he's sarcastic, he's quick to cut you down with a single remark, and he's also clever in, even though they're in a tight spot, he tends to use the animals to his advantage. We saw him open the door to the sloth's enclosure so the sloth would make noise and cause the airplane to start shake and shumble in a midair earthquake. And I thought that was really clever how he did that. And I loved what a smartass he was when the soldiers started asking him where Jackson was. He's like, Oz. Oh, you mean the Munchkins didn't tell you out front, even though he got thumped a couple times. It still made me laugh. It was like, well done, Mitch. You know, you're a tough, brave, smart ass you are. And it's like he's a badass in his own sense. So he's just such a likable character. I think he serves as partly as our comic relief slash leader of the team, which is kind of rare for a TV show. So, very entertaining episode. We had some shocking revelations, though. The first one being that apparently Abe meeting Jackson as a young man when they were kids was no accident or coincidence. It was somehow orchestrated by Robert Oz, as Davies implied. Now, it is entirely possible that that could have been a lie Davies would have tried to convince Jackson was the truth if Jackson entered the room while Abraham was questioning him, because he told him, "Don't ask me that question again, or I'm going to tell your friend about your little secret." But based on Abe's reaction, it looks like it was the truth. So it's got me thinking, why would Robert have Abraham befriend his son when they were kids or young men and stay friends for all these years? I don't, that's not really clear to me, but hopefully it's nothing too shady on Abe's end, because I like Abe. He seems to be an honest guy, honest Abe. And then we also found out, as we were all expecting the worst, like Jackson's mother was, I was expecting her to be a fatality or a victim of the animal attack on her caravan, but shocking twist, she is the one responsible for the deaths and the attack on the caravan. She's now turned into one of those human mutants, just like Kovacs was, just like Jackson is slowly becoming. And it's the reason his mother probably became one is probably due to his father. Now, why his father would inject both Jackson and his mother with the ghost gene and make them turn into crazy human mutants is beyond me. I don't know, but it's really unfortunate now, because now not only do they already, just Jackson already have the pressure of dealing with trying to find a cure to save the animals and thus save the world, but now he's got to deal with the fact that his mother has turned into one of these mutant human monster things, something that he's going to become eventually, and he's still dealing with the heartbreak and the loss of Chloe. I mean, the man's got a lot on his plate, and you can't help but feel sorry for him. Oh, such a good episode tonight. So good. And, of course, Davies got out of it alive, but hopefully he'll leave our characters alone for a while. But I do hope he gets what's coming to him before the season is out. I hope he's attacked by an animal and ripped apart in some sense or whatnot before the season is over. And, I hope things work out for our characters. If they don't work out, at least work out to the point where we can resume the awesome story in Season 3. And if we get a Season 3, God willing. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me here on the EdWord for yet again another awesome episode of Zoo. This was probably one of the best ones of the season so far. It was thoroughly enjoyable, quite good. I hope you guys liked it as much as I did. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel as we can continue to follow Zoo, which premieres every Tuesday night on CBS. Check your local listings for times. Don't forget to check out my Facebook page in the description down below. I think you'll like what you see. Have a great rest of the night, everybody. Thanks again for watching. And of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.